Poducer.
Yo, what's up, dude?
What's up, Jay?
Welcome to the podcast. Welcome to Poducer, the podcast for producers. Today we're joined by Charlie from Windy City Waves. Also just Charlie Heldman. Boom.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Artist name equals my full name.
Is it?
It is. Well,
I didn't even double check that.
Full name is Charles, but that doesn't ring off the tongue in a artist setting. Charles Heldman. That needs to be like banking at Chase. So I went to a shorter version of Charlie.
What is banking at Chase? What do you mean?
Charles Heldman feels as if like I should be helping with your portfolio, you know? But I think Charlie Heldman has a little bit more of a, just like a slight more of a spice.
Dude, what do you do, man? What do you got going on? What's
yeah.
You make music, right?
I mean, we're gonna hear some songs. I do make music. I'm an artist. Yes. Okay, me. I'm gonna give a 15-second intro.
Yeah, please.
Charlie Heldman, if you did not catch that, and I am an artist and a producer under that same tag, Charlie Heldman. I founded a nonprofit and music production collective based here in Chicago. It's called Windy City Waves, which is how I met Jerry and the Poducer team, as well as some other incredible underground and independent artists here in Chicago. I'm studying therapist. That's something I am truly passionate about, the mental health space, and the promotion of just identity and being inclusive and creating an environment that helps with that. And I'm a Cincinnati sports fan. I grew up in Cincinnati, so I'm a Bengals fan for sure. That's my favorite team. But I'm a music head first. So that's a bit about me in 15 seconds.
Damn, that was professional. I gotta make one of those. Yeah, dude. I think
I'm like thinking about my resume going bullet by bullet.
I wasn't expecting the sports team reference.
Okay,
but I like that. The Bengals, they're cool.
Yeah, they are cool.
I mean, like, as in, like, they have a cool mascot. We have the Cubs. It's a different, like, sport.
Sure.
But a Cub, I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah, it's not the same.
It's not hard, you know?
Yeah, you want something edgy.
The Bankers. No, I can't get off that.
The Chicago Bankers. I mean, the Chicago Tellers.
Something.
Yeah.
What's the guy in the stock exchange that's, like, doing this?
The finger wiggler?
Yeah, the wigglers. Well, we'll talk about all that stuff.
Yeah.
But something we do on every show is we ask you, what was your first concert?
Ooh, what was my first concert? Wow. Yeah. There's one thing that some people do know about me and a lot of people don't, is that my memory is trash. I will just go out and say it. So I have been to a concert before, but my first concert I think is just going to be difficult to remember.
Early concert.
I will. I guess a fun fact. This is not like me viewing a first concert, but I was in a teenage band growing up called Innocent Commotion.
Wait,
and
what?
And our first concert was at the Juvenile Detention Center in Lebanon, Ohio.
Okay, we gotta get into this. What kind of music was that?
It was music that is meant to be played at like neighborhood block parties. So we had a girl singer and a guy singer. We would mix like Green Day, because we were all Green Day fans, Rage Against the Machine, as well as Taylor Swift and like Pat Benatar. We were known for our cover of Hit Me With Your Best Shot.
That's what you were known for. They were like, give us that song.
Yeah, we were pretty solid. We at least for like a teenage band, like we were not bad. Placed third in our battle of the bands as freshmen, and unfortunately, we broke up. We had 2 original songs, I believe, which
really,
we were not. They were not going to be streaming on today's charts, I don't think. But it was a good time. I really wanted to play the drums because I did not and still do not know how to read music. So all I wanted to do was just tap around. So I advised my parents to gift a drum set, and I started to learn how to play by honestly like watching Travis Barker remixes, and would play the Lollipop remix that he did on the drum set nonstop in my basement, to the annoyance of my sister. And eventually the good friends that I was in the band with wanted to like put that all together, and we did for a handful of years, and it was a lot of time.
Was the Lollipop one like off like Crunk Goes Punk? Do you remember those?
No.
Yo, Chad, if anyone's in here, Crunk Goes Punk, dude.
What is that?
It was just like a bunch of I mean, at that time the punk was almost just like emo bands.
Okay.
And they would just do like a Lil Wayne song, or
I think I know what you're referencing. Yes.
It was a compilation album.
Right.
Yeah.
It wasn't we didn't necessarily do a cover of that. However, I was just so inspired by the ability to edit a hip hop track in such a magnificent way. I honestly think that's probably an inspiration for some of my music today.
The Travis Barker Lollipop thing?
Yeah, well, just to be able to like fuse different types of genres and think about a rhythmic structure in other ways. Yeah, I was a big fan of Travis Barker and a Buddy Rich and Trey Anastasio, so of Green Day. But yeah, I was in a teenage band. Our first concert, we got booked at the Juvenile Detention Center in Lebanon, Ohio. It was outside of juvie, but it was for this race that was occurring, and we were
race at juvie, dude. Yeah. What were they trying to make them do?
I'm not really teeing this up properly.
No, it's perfect.
But there was I think it was like a 10K, and we were stationed outside of the juvie center to help encourage people to run faster. Because they probably didn't want to like look to their left and see like what's going on here. So instead they were looking at some innocent kids playing music. And
they were troubled,
Yeah.
So they needed like some Green Day Rage Against the Machine to get going.
That's right. Yeah. I think at that time our arsenal was probably equipped with about like 5 songs. I think we had like an hour long set. Probably 20 minutes were dedicated to figuring out how to set up our things on time. And then we would have our songs.
Did you get paid? How did this come together too? Like, because I need more. Yeah. Because you teed it up in such a way that I was like, I need like an hour.
I recognize that you probably need more. How did this come together is a good question. I think one of my bandmates, his uncle lived in the city of Lebanon and was helping to facilitate the race, was one of the organizers. So I think our conversation with his uncle allowed us to be placed at that spot. We were like, all right, let's give it a shot. I got nothing to lose. I don't think we got paid. We maybe got like a funnel cake voucher at the end or something.
Hey, that's something.
But yeah, we didn't really get paid for our gigs, but we did have a handful in random venues such as a gymnastics center.
Oh, okay.
Which was a lot of fun, honestly.
Did they have that foam pit?
Yep, foam pit.
God, that's the best. Because I was never in gymnastics, but they had that foam pit, and I would always be like, "Yo, can I just jump in that shit?"
Flop
but then people would be like, "It's actually disgusting in there, and you'll get like hepatitis." And I was like, "Shit, never mind."
Yeah, I don't think they wash those.
How do you wash it? How do you wash it?
I don't think you want to wash it. Do you want to wet?
You just get more. You just throw them out, and then
I think they probably say that about ball pits too.
Ball pits feel like they could be washed. Like more, But you're right. Ball pits.
Do you think that's a professional ball pit washer?
I think, like, do they wash them at McDonald's, or is it just like layered with dust? And they gotta bring the ball pits back. Like, McDonald's is just like boring as shit now. It's just gray, square. Back in the 90s, it had character. It had like Nintendo 64. Sometimes you'd go to like a a fun McDonald's with the Nintendo 64 controller. You could play like some like Mario Kart or some shit. That was sick.
Bring back like the early 2K just environment, not necessarily McDonald's only, but
yeah, we're living in a somewhat of a reprise of the 90s. Like,
I think so.
People love it, at least. I mean, but then again, people got their like, we got new tech, you know.
So if you had to choose, would you go back to live in the early 2000s, or like this is your time period right now?
I've been really on this feeling of wanting to go back to a simpler time.
Okay.
Just because AI is getting terrifying.
Yeah.
I mean, it's helpful. It's great. I love using it. But at the same time, I'm like, everything's confusing.
Would you listen to it? Would you listen to a podcast that is conducted between two AI individuals that just ask each other questions?
So if it was like I prompted like, hey, I want to learn, here's a really random thing I wanted to learn about, and ask ChatGPT to do a deep search on. I don't know if you know the deep search function, but it like takes like 5 minutes or something, and really...
I think I have that premium version.
I got that premium. Yeah.
Okay.
But basically, I have a dog boarding, walking business, and I was thinking for the more energetic dogs to get a dog treadmill where they run and they're just like... And like, because I'll see videos of guys, they'll like pull up with a van and the dogs are like, yeah, let's fucking go. And then they just like run on that shit. And then they're tired. But then I was like, all right, tell me what kind of, dog treadmill to get. Do I get a powered one? Do I get one where they run and it like kind of goes? Right. Like, give me all the options, do a deep dive. And then if it, instead of just giving me like a long ass, like 4-page, whatever, here's what I found. Yeah. If that was in a podcast format, I would listen to the podcast. If it was like a little 10-minute podcast and they didn't sound too cheesy and shit. Like, if that was a form that they could deliver it to me in. So did you just want to like have somebody, like an audio tape of an article be read to you? I'm just saying, like, you asked me if I would listen to an full AI podcast. In that circumstance, I might give it a shot. I'm doing dishes. Right. Maybe I want to just listen. Yeah. But otherwise, no. I don't really want to listen to, like, AI podcasts. Unless they're really fucking interesting. Well, you can probably set their audio setting to be like, okay, I want this person to speak in a really smooth manner. And I want this person to respond in, like, a high-pitched... like innocent way, you know? Or I want it to be Charlie, and then I want the other person to be me or something. Right. Once we do more of these, then I think, we can train the system. Then we can... I don't think we need much to train the voices. Really? Yeah. But, I mean, the more the better for the training. Yeah. Well, I do respect that you want to go back to simpler times. Do you ever feel that way? I've always thought I would thrive in early 1900s for some reason. What? What about why? Because I think I do appreciate, I think, and specifically from like a musical perspective, I think I would have much more of a drive than I already do. Because I think I get in my head when seeing, I'm going personal on this podcast. Yeah, we're going deep. I'm a deeper person. I do get in my head sometimes when I'm like, wow, this individual who like just started to produce or make music and is doing it out of, their closet is killing it. There's so many people, which is phenomenal. It's a blessing and a curse, unfortunately, to me, because I do have an unfortunate tendency to like compare my stuff to others. And I feel as if like I was placed in an environment where one of the true signs of making it is not necessarily pure talent, which there are a lot of people that are way better than me, but it's also like the hustle that you are willing to contribute. And I think you can have that in a sense today, but it's easier. You can post, by the palm of your hand, versus if you were in a setting where like you are required to put yourself out there, you are required to showcase that you want this, in like a physical format. For some reason, I feel as if I would be a better product of that environment than
this environment.
So like in the 1900s, that it would just be more like the people that have the skill kind of rise to the top, because otherwise it's not just like they're not just advertising it as much. Is that kind of the thinking partially?
I think you have to truly like become you have to utilize your resources. You have to use the strengths of your community, and not necessarily rely on like technical advancements, I think, too.
Yeah, like,
push you forward.
Instagram just rolled out this new feature. I'm all about it. And now the algorithm's pumping my shit, like that kind of thing.
Well, I think now you have more of a, you can get lucky and you can get discovered, which is phenomenal. I'm crossing my fingers that I do. But I think, back then you had to work for it. You had to rely on other people. And I think for myself, I'm comfortable in those types of environments where I have to put myself in front of, others and ask for things, I guess, ask for help. So I don't know, for some reason, and I'm probably not explaining that properly.
No, I think that makes sense.
I feel as if I would be a better artist then. I also think I would write better lyrics underneath a candle and quill.
But you'd have to be like, what was the music of the time? Like, was it all what is it called when it's 3/4 and it's like
swing?
No. God damn it, I can't think of what the music's called, but like everything was composed in a waltz, right?
Oh, okay, sure.
Am I getting the right era?
I'm not the one to ask.
What's banging in the 1900s? I don't nothing. Nothing's banging.
I don't know. Yeah, that's a good question. I did take a history of dance class in college, but I can't remember what it was.
It's okay. You don't. We'll look it up later.
Yeah, we'll look it up. But yeah, you can ask me to elaborate that on the future. I think I need to think about that answer a bit more. But
that's fair. I think just as like a small pushback, that back in the day, like to even dream to be an artist was so probably not even like a thing, like unless your parents got you into music and then you were like kind of selected and then someone like was like, this kid has talent. And I feel like now we can see everything and be like, oh, that's what I want to do. I want to be whatever, a musician.
Totally.
So
100%. And I would sound hypocritical if I'm not thankful for the opportunities that I have been given in terms of being able to afford Logic Pro, being able to make beats with off time, and I guess have that free time where I could exercise that creative muscle. And so I certainly wouldn't, I may not even be an artist or have that even capability.
I took it to a different level.
Yeah.
But yeah, I took it to the level like, you're gonna get the fucking Spanish flu.
I'm like I'm playing the washboard, not thinking 1900, honestly.
That'd be, dude, someone play the washboard and come on the podcast, please.
Yeah, you should get some live bands on here.
We do some live performances.
Oh, you do? Okay.
We haven't done anything in a while, and honestly, we haven't done many. But okay, so another thing I wanted to ask you, because I just saw this and I thought it would be maybe interesting to talk about, and I do want to play some music too.
Okay.
But I saw, the whole thing that Timbaland has like this new AI artist. Have you heard about this?
No, but I love to.
Named Tata. I'm just gonna read you this because it's from Billboard. He's took a screenshot of this somewhere. A living, learning, autonomous music artist, Tata represents what Timbaland calls the beginning of A-pop, which supposedly stands as a new genre he believes could mark the next cultural shift in music. She's not an avatar or a character, he said. She's the first of a new generation. A-pop is the next cultural evolution, and Tata is the first icon. So he also co-founded this thing called Stage Zero. One of the guys is like, I'm kind of paraphrasing here, was working in Suno, and one of the voices in Suno, he was like just throwing. Do you know what Suno is? Suno is a AI like music creating software where you can like make songs and use voices, like AI voices and stuff, which is currently facing lawsuits from major labels over alleged copyright infringement. Stage Zero, this other company, operates independently. Okay, so Suno plays a key role in the creative process. Timbaland has noted that he feeds demo vocals into the platform, which then processes and enhances the material. It came to a point where I'm like, yo, this voice is amazing, he said of discovering Tata's vocal identity. Where their work, the team sees Stage Zero as more than a label. The artists of tomorrow won't be human, said one of the co-founders. They'll be IP, code, and robotics that are fully autonomous. That's what we're building at Stage Zero. Timbaland, who's worked with the likes of Aaliyah, Justin Timberlake, and Beyonce over the years, has consistently been vocal about the power of AI in music. The technology of today is perfect for what this is. Blah, blah, blah. Basically, they're creating an AI artist.
Interesting.
In summation, thank you for bearing with me.
No,
but what do you think about that? Like, the picture I saw is just this, like, I think she's kind of like of Asian descent.
Okay.
Right? Like, visually looking. And then her name's Tata and she has a voice and it's not a real person.
Yeah, I think that's unfortunately like the inevitable future for, I think it's certainly a lot of electronic based musicians where their performance is more of a DJ set playing their music. So I'm not surprised, I think, to hear that. I have heard some like AI driven tracks and they sound relatively authentic and it's hard to tell. I haven't used AI vocals within my music, and I prefer music, I guess, where I can tell it's an authentic voice, because I think the key aspect of music for myself that I really appreciate is the live performance of it. I don't know how I would go to an AI artist unless they're singing just like on the screen in like a music video. But I think there's something special about seeing someone's like genuine talent in person in 3D. So I'm certainly more of a person that gravitates towards like the organic, true artistry. But I do feel as if what Timbaland is doing, and I imagine what some other artists in the future will gravitate towards, is AI-driven music, because it's expensive to book high-quality vocalists. Sometimes it may be difficult to write and put down like the lyrics that you're wanting, and AI writers have a incredible vocabulary. And so I think...
Yeah, large language models.
Yeah, exactly.
They literally have all the words.
Right. And, I think you can almost flip, you can like press buttons to determine, if you don't like it, if you do like it, versus like hitting up a actual individual. It can take time to communicate back and forth. It could take weeks for them to send you stems back. But if I just utilized an AI bot, like, all right, well, I don't like how they sang this. I don't like what they did here. Let me just keep pressing buttons and buttons and buttons. Maybe I want a male vocal, and keep cycling through until I finally find something that I like, and maybe I can like chop that up in some ways. So I think it is like the future. But I would always want to support like the organic talent, because I think there's something special about just seeing someone with true pipes, and that'll never be missed, I think, of me.
So going back to like what we were talking about how I want to go back to like a more simpler time.
Sure.
I feel like we're going to have some interesting art period, which is like very human. Like maybe the first, well, I don't know. There have been like other times where like technology is like scary and people are like, oh, let's go back to like normal shit.
Yeah.
But very eloquently put. But like this might feel like the first, period of time where it is human art versus non-human art, which could be interesting.
There could be a museum in the future that's the Museum of Future Art, the MOFA. You know, maybe it's like interactive instead of actual physical pieces. Like maybe you're more immersed in the art itself.
Yeah, I mean, we're going that direction regardless. I mean, the AI thing, I think I just had like one of those moments where I was like, it actually is so crazy. Like, because I've been using it so long, and I think about like people are like, dude, it's crazy. Like me and my brother always talk about, we're like, dude, jobs in 5 years, I don't know.
You know, yeah.
But like,
what's your main application for it? Is it the reading of
podcasts? Like transcribing an entire podcast, making like video chapters, descriptions, like helping me just understand, like, 'cause it's perfect large language model. It's like a 2-hour podcast.
Yeah,
it's hard for me to just, I'm actually decent at it, like thinking, what did we talk about, where was that in the podcast? Like,
yeah,
I can think about it, but like this is just easier.
A closed caption,
closed captions. Yeah, I mean, idea generating, just tons of stuff. Even just like being like, hey, I typed this out, can you like fix all the typos and make it just look a little bit better?
Yeah,
thank you.
I mean, I that's awesome that you're utilizing it in that way, and that you're getting just benefit of it. Sounds like it's saving you a lot of time. I was using it just the other day for a Spotify pitch for my last release, because I was like, you know what, I think ChatGPT they're a better writer than me. So I was like, give me a pitch within these like parameters, and you know, make it as if they want to listen to this song. And they spat it out, and I was like, wow, that's so eloquent.
It's great. Yeah, that's all I needed.
Paste, honestly.
Yeah, it's interesting. I can't really even like, it feels like it's gonna make things so just like meaningless, because the talent and the things that it can reproduce objectively, like in the 1900s, we would have been like, this is amazing.
Yeah,
like if you just had thought that came from a human, you'd be like, this is amazing.
Right. So what would you say like is a physical, I guess, burden that you're facing right now that you'd like to be automated, that you wish it was automated in the future?
Physical burden?
Yeah. Like, oh, I wish like I didn't have to climb steps. Why can't I just,
dude, I don't want it to be, they have these things that you can put on your legs that like make your legs less fatigued going up like a hill. Like I saw it in some,
really?
It was like an Asian country. Yeah. And it was pretty amazing. Yeah.
Oh, wow. How about that?
So like robotics for sure. They're coming from my dog walking
robotic
job.
knee joints.
Yeah, dude. I'd get like a robotic hand. Maybe just one.
Would you?
I think it would be cool. Just like I could do.
Like, is it you slip it on?
I don't know though. Then I would like lose touch. You know what I mean?
Well, there's probably senses.
What if it's really good at touching? I don't know.
Now
I feel like someone's gonna be like, "Oh, touching, you weirdo." I don't know. Anyway, the AI talk is.
Yeah, we've been going on.
It's interesting because I don't talk about it that much on the podcast purposely, because so many people talk about AI.
Sure.
But it's almost like sometimes we got to check in, because now we're at a point where there is video stuff generating stuff, and it looks like real people.
Right.
You would not know. It's indistinguishable. It's maybe like barely you could maybe tell, but like to my grandma, who's getting a FaceTime call from like some AI person telling you that it's like my mom or something.
How's her vision?
She's like, hey, like I need help. I need money right now.
Is she like, who is that?
How's her vision? It's pretty good actually.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, it's good enough.
She can tell if it's real or a real person or not.
Probably not. That's what I'm saying. Like,
I think the only way to tell is like, wow, that person's skin is miraculous.
I gotta show you some shit because it freaked me out the other day. I was like,
really?
This is like real.
Like they're using a bottle of CeraVe each morning.
Is that moisturizer? Oh yeah. They do look pretty good skin. They do have nice skin.
It's incredible.
Yeah. But anyway, okay.
Anyways,
so we can,
yeah,
Timbaland's got a AI artist.
Right.
There's going to be AI artists. Let's play a song, dude.
Ooh, okay.
You're like, oh God. I was like, Charlie, we're playing music. You don't have a
I
choice.
was not prepared. Yes.
What should we play?
Why don't we start with How to Die with a Smile. This is it's a short song. I think it's 1.5 minutes, but it is very simple. There's not many elements going on here. There's a handful of like FX and different types of textures, but it's something that I meant to come across when I was writing it. It's like, wow, this is really sweet. And then the more I listened to it, it's like, you know what? I think I made this a bit more sexier than I actually intended for.
It was sexy.
But the lyrics are sweet, but the beat is sexy. I think you will tend to find that in my music. A sexy beat, but a sweet lyric.
So, R&B. We'll give it a shot.
It is R&B.
Okay.
I wanna slow dance with both hands, grab your waist like a poor man's money, and get carried away. I wanna lock lips with both eyes closed, so I can feel my bride-to-be's honey. Wish that I could die that way, like if the stars can't collide every night, even if we're 80 and only getting by.
Produced.
Damn. If there was a paradise within our sights that feels like our wedding day, until I would die. That's why I wanna slow dance with both hands, grab your waist like a poor man's money, and get carried away. I wanna lock lips with both eyes closed, so I can feel my bride-to-be's honey. Wish that I could die that way.
Damn, Charlie.
Wish I could die that way. Somebody's arms.
Dude, that was clutch. What?
Yeah,
I didn't know you had that.
Yeah.
I don't think I've really listened to much of your music. Like, I think I've heard your voice a little.
Well, I've gotten a lot better. I will say that humbly. I think my stuff, even like a year ago, 2+ years ago, trash. I didn't realize at the time, was like, wow, this stuff, what I'm putting out is great. But then I'm listening back like, oh, actually it's not. So I do think I've gotten a lot better, especially like my vocals as well. Much more like emotionally impactful. But I appreciate you saying that.
What do you think led you to, that improvement?
I think Windy City Waves honestly does help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did we break down Windy City Waves? Maybe we could. Yeah. What is Windy City Waves as a community?
Windy City Waves is a collective that I found in 2023, where it is essentially how to create a community of like-minded people aimed at fostering your personal and professional development. And it's meant and intended for like music producers, artists, DJs to really take their craft to the next level, but also just to become a part of something that is, bigger than themselves in some ways. We do a handful of different events, and so I think helped with getting hopefully like more emotion into my music since I started it in 2023 is the fact that we meet every single Tuesday to conduct song feedback. So I almost feel like inclined and driven to like, all right, I need to create a song within this week and or tune this song that I've been working on before next Tuesday so I can share it to the community here and feel comfortable in what I'm sharing. So I think that type of consistency has really helped me to, lock in more on my ears, to train my ears a bit more. Other things that we do at Windy City Waves is a beat battle, which you've been a part of, to help hopefully discover, the next great producers here in Chicago. We flip a sample in a couple hours and judge it. We host showcases for the artists in our group. So if you would like the ability to perform your beats live in front of an audience, and you don't necessarily want to create an event yourself, you can be part of our collective, and we'll help facilitate these various showcases to allow you to do that. And we just hang out, honestly. I think it's a group of people that just appreciate the same thing. They appreciate music. Really just like kind individuals have come through, and it's been awesome to see how the community has grown and been able to, all walks of genres and talent level and skill sets. It's been fascinating to me to see just how many like different paintings you can create with all the colors that are provided within Chicago. So I've been so thankful to be a part of it, and to, hopefully at least like provide a little bit of a canvas there.
God, you're like a business fucking... That was so well put together.
Wow,
and,
thank you.
You pitched me. I'm sold. I feel like you're selling me every time.
Well, thank you. I'm sorry. Well, I think I'm just like passionate about it.
No, yeah, it's good. I just feel like whenever I tell people stuff, I'm like, yeah, it's sick. You should come. Don't be lame.
Yeah. Well, I apologize if I'm talking about it too much, but I think
No.
I think I'm very passionate about community. So I really, really, really do appreciate the ability to just connect with other people from all walks of life. That's why I started, I don't know if you know this, but I started a grassroots organization when I lived in San Francisco called Boozy Deeds, which is...
You told me about this.
Yeah. And that still is, running today here in Chicago, where we partner with other nonprofits. We conduct volunteering events. So I'm very passionate about just not only serving community, but building community. I think it's like one of the pillars of how to live like a quality life. So
this is like a selfish question slightly, but like, how did you get into all of this like community driven stuff? Like, was there anything like, were your parents into
the backstory?
Yeah, like, because I feel like everything you do is always about community and the things that you're telling me.
Yeah.
And I mean, I haven't known you for that long, but I've just never asked you, like, does it come from one person? Does it come from just a like... Because we also mentioned before that, you're in the mental health space.
Right.
And like, obviously that, I'm sure it feels really good to help people understand the way that they're feeling, how to, deal with it. How
Sure.
to, give them the tools to deal with it.
Yeah. That's a good question. What gravitated me towards like the community mindset? I'm not too sure if I have like thought about like the origin story, to be honest with you. I think it probably has to deal with potentially feeling like the effects of isolation and potentially feeling the impact of loneliness at times.
Do you have siblings?
I have an older sister.
Are you guys close? Now we're in
not
the armchair expert territory.
We're not close. I think we could be closer, to be honest.
But you don't live in the same city
yet.
Yes. Okay.
But yeah, we love each other. We, there's nothing against us, but we're different people. But I hope to like get closer to her. But yeah, I think I have felt. I'm sure a lot of people have like felt just alone at times, and I think that's okay. And I probably wanted to like tell myself that was okay, as well as allow others to hear and be validated that there's other people looking out for you. Like you are, you can probably be like comfortable in your own skin, and I would love you to be comfortable in your own skin, but there's other people that want to champion that feeling as well for you. So I think I was probably like motivated to just start organizations where I could allow people to meet each other, to connect the dots. I think you said you would really enjoy being like a dot connector, but
I do.
Yeah.
I don't know where that comes from.
Yeah, I think it's that same type of thing where I think seeing other people facilitate a conversation with one another and in the background, like know that you were a third party, maybe instigator of that type of connection is awesome, man. I think it's awesome to see that you potentially facilitated a smile in some ways. I mean, there's nothing
or like a
that.
good connection to someone else. I always think about that thing where, you know, like sometimes you got one friend and then they come around another friend of yours and then they really hit it off.
Yeah.
And then it's like they're best friends and you're like, well, I was the original friend. But I think that that's just life, and I'm okay with that. I like when people hit it off like that.
Life is really interesting. I was thinking about this the other day, in a brief manner, in the sense that my group of friends, the people I know because of the paths that I've chosen to take in life, and or what I was given in life. You know, I was born in this location, I moved here, and therefore I've met these people. But sometimes you're in the same city, you walk around, you know, here in Chicago, you see various groups of friends having a drink at the bar, and you're like, wow, I could definitely be friends with them.
I could get in there.
Yeah, like, what is their story, and how does that compare to my story? And, you know, how come I will probably never meet them in my life, you know? So we were just like chosen on this path with the people that we meet for some reason or another. But it's just really interesting to me that, yeah, your community can be chosen, but it can be like given in some ways. But that everybody has their own pocket in some fashion.
That's true. And then we have like greater pockets, as in sports, music, things that are bigger than one person. Yeah. That we can all kind of glom onto. Right. I'm not a big sports guy. Okay. But I get it. Yeah. Like, I understand.
I'm not a big sports guy anymore. I know I introduced myself as a Cincinnati sports fan, and I am, but my sport interest has gone certainly downhill. But I grew up playing a ton of sports. I was on the high school golf team.
Oh, the golf team.
I was on the golf team, and I still play here and there. But yeah, I would love playing like pickup basketball, for example, but I just don't pay attention to any sports too much unless it's like championship games, and or like Sunday night football if the Bengals are on, you know. But otherwise, I'd rather just be like making beats or watching the sunset.
Yo, what's up, guys? It's your host, Jerry, again. I really hope that you're enjoying today's episode. I know that I enjoyed having the conversation. Just gotta be that squeaky wheel here and let you guys know to please go subscribe, hit that like button, leave a comment. Honestly, the 5-star reviews on the podcast platforms, that's big too, because otherwise it just doesn't get promoted, and it's, you know, we're fighting that upward battle. That uphill battle. But yeah, I know you're just thinking in your head like, Jerry, can we get back to the episode? Yes we can. All right, dude, Tinashe is so slept on. Yeah, like, she's having a little bit of a moment, right? She had a Match My Freak song, whatever that song's called.
I've been Nasty Girl,
yeah. Banger. But she had a lot of songs before that, and I don't know why she wasn't chosen in the same way that some other artists are chosen. Like, there was obviously, or just that, like, it seems like there was some excitement about her in the start. Excuse me. But she didn't like blast off like some of the other artists, but she's the triple threat. Like, she can sing, she can dance, she can, what's the other threat?
She can
act,
give you looks.
She can like look good. And,
she's serving.
That's important.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, I just feel like she's kind of like how Charlie had a Brat Summer. Like I feel like Tinashe could have some kind of big moment
like a
still to
winter.
come. Because like Charlie, it's like, how do you, this is kind of a different subject, but like how do you even how do you ever top that?
You can't.
I don't think you can. Yeah.
I mean, if I was Charlie XCX, I don't know if I would want to. You know, I think I would keep creating the art that I want to make, but I think in the back of my head, I'd be like, yeah, that was beyond what I even could describe. I never saw that coming, and I'm so thankful for it. And now that I've gotten to that place, I recognize that may not happen again. So I'm just going to keep creating what I can create. And if I don't get that recognition, fair.
Yeah.
I was able to live in that limelight.
She's got to do flute music. Like Andre 3000, he just went and did flute music.
Yeah.
And like he released like a piano album. I saw something about this jazz musician who was like, why is this guy playing piano? He's not good at piano. It's like, damn, dude, that's harsh.
What do you mean? That's big boy, dude.
Dude, it's like, I think that Andre, I think he's cool as fuck. I've listened to interviews with him and he just doesn't give a shit. He doesn't care. He just makes music that he thinks is exciting to him.
I mean, respect to like artists that are very comfortable in their artistry. I think that's how it should be. I can't say for certain that I'm always that way, to be honest with you. I think I do make some stuff because it sounds cool and I think it may like grab some plays, but I'm trying to get to a place where I feel comfortable with just like putting out what I want to put out.
But neither of us, for example, are like at a level of like Charlie or Andre, you know what I mean? So I feel like if you get to that level, then maybe you're kind of like, I'm good.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, that is the ultimate. And I don't think it has to necessarily be determined. It shouldn't be determined off amount of plays or amount of likes. It really shouldn't be determined off accolades. I have like the unfortunate like mindset that personally attacks myself when I notice I don't have that certain amount.
Oh yeah, you got that masochistic energy inside.
Which sucks, man.
I got that too.
I want to create just because I enjoy the songs that I'm putting out, and I do. But I want to get to somebody's mindset where it's just no care.
Placid lake. Yeah. No. Well, so have you always been competitive?
I'm internally competitive.
Internally.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm kind of the same way.
Yeah, I think I compete with my own thoughts a lot.
You hold yourself to a high standard.
Yes, I would say so.
Yeah,
and
me too.
I don't appreciate myself
when it doesn't get there.
When it doesn't get there.
Dude, I'm the same way.
Yeah.
Exact same way. I'm very hard on myself.
Yeah.
My girlfriend has helped me understand, like, you're like really hard on yourself. I'm like, wait, what? What are you talking about?
It's normal.
Yeah, well, being a guy too. But I feel like that she helped me realize, like, oh, wait, what? I don't have to do that?
Yeah.
Like, I was just in an operating system for so long, just thinking, like...
And how'd you feel when you came to that realization?
I mean, I still kind of have to stop myself, for sure.
Okay.
But it was nice to get a different point of view that was, oh, you can just be, like, content and be on your own side. You don't have to propel yourself by being like hard on yourself.
Yeah. You
can be loving to yourself.
Sure.
And that can propel you as well.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? What are you talking about?
As long as it like comes across in like an authentic manner, you know, you're not coming across to other people as cocky. At least to me, I don't necessarily, I hate the word vibe, but I don't necessarily vibe with people that like are almost too loving of themselves and are overconfident.
Yeah.
So if it's coming across like in a very natural and, you know, smooth way, then I think that's fantastic.
I don't even like people that talk about too much, like giving themselves their flowers or like giving, Yeah, there's a way to talk about it where it's kind of cocky.
Yeah.
Like, I know I'm the shit.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's also another way where it's like, yeah, like, you know, you got to be like cool to yourself. I'm not even good at talking about this. Like, that's like how I'm still struggling to find that way to talk to myself. But I recognize that that is a possibility. That's kind of where I'm at.
Okay.
I'm still working towards like figuring out how to talk to myself in a genuine way that I believe it. Do you ever think about that? Where it's
I was
like,
about to ask you, like, do you want to have a therapy session now?
we're
provided.
in it. No, we're in it, dude.
The question is, sorry, do I ever think about how do
you talk to yourself in a genuine way that you understand? Like, because if you have that hard on yourself thing, it's like,
yeah,
the voice that you're talking to yourself with, how do you know that that's not phony? Or do you just have to fake it till you make it a real thing?
I think for myself to, I guess, recognize and talk genuinely, I try to ground myself in the present moment as much as possible and ensure that I recognize what I'm grateful for. I think when I have found instances where I do not enjoy my own thought processes or I don't appreciate like my internal workings, it's where I'm taking things for granted and then I then realize it. So I think I need to tell myself, like, in the moment, like, wow, isn't this beautiful? Like, what an incredible opportunity I have, like, right in front of me, and almost like verbalize that out loud. And I think
Out loud helps you.
Yeah. So once I'm able to do that, then I think I'm able to like almost really soak in that appreciation a bit more and become a bit more grateful for that train of thought of recognizing beauty and then hopefully like appreciating myself at that time in the future for not taking it for granted. Because yeah, I do attack myself when I recognize like, wow, I was so lucky to be involved in that or have that experience, and I never said my thanks, or I never really understood it. And I've been really trying to like work on that myself to consider how lucky I am. Maybe journal, a few different things.
Yeah.
I'm a very visual person. If you ever go to my apartment, I'm very visual. Like write out, like, here's what I'm thankful for. Here's what I'm looking forward to. Here's something that I want to capture. I think there's something, for example, my favorite quote, and not to keep going on tangents here, but
that's good.
My favorite quote is, make somebody else's heart your own. And I really try to live by that, which is essentially empathy to me. So if I like can put myself in the moment, I'm verbalizing how fantastic and or appreciative I am just by like being here. It doesn't even have to be like a beautiful setting, but just being here and hopefully giving myself like some empathy for that, then I can hopefully allow that to be reflected onto other people.
I've been
Does that make
thinking
sense?
that makes sense. I had two things. If you make someone else's heart your own, doesn't that make you vulnerable? And then the other thing I was thinking is that, well, I don't know. Let me just ask you that first.
Does it make me vulnerable to
like
harm?
their pain? Like if someone,
well, I think it should. Honestly, I think to be the best friend, to be the best partner, to be the best, sibling, whomever, is to truly put yourself in a situation, or allow yourself to put yourself in a situation where you recognize and understand what exactly they are going through, and ask questions about that, and be like curious about, you can say like, I may not necessarily have that direct experience. However, can you help me understand how that is impacting you. I think having that curiosity and wanting to like feel that pain is, to me, like the best way that you can show up for somebody else, instead of just saying like, oh, I'm really sorry, that must be really difficult to go through, versus like, well, tell me about it, you know?
Is there a threshold to where you become like you can't, like you don't let yourself go past a certain point with their pain?
Me personally, I'm not too sure. However, I think for like others, yeah, I'm sure there's thresholds where, you know, you may recognize like some situations may be a trigger to you, and you don't want to put yourself in that environment, because, you know, then you may be asking for the same in return. You know?
Or it's just like hard for you to help them without, you know, being in a place where you're too emotional. You don't know how to even help them. But also, I also think about this, is helping them even saying anything, really? Or is it just listening? Like maybe you get like one good thought in there that you had from that story that they tell you, whatever they tell you, that's like your piece of your 2 cents on whatever it is. But like otherwise, is the advice necessary?
Sometimes not, no. And I would say sometimes, yeah, the best advice is to listen and like shut up and be quiet, and just be a sponge, you know, just like be there so somebody can have a sounding board and not provide advice. I think that's what probably attracts me to the therapy session, because I do think a lot of people are bottling things up and think about stuff all the time, and they may not necessarily want to hear advice because they may have the ability to go to a friend's, they may have ChatGPT to lean on, but sometimes they just want like a human face-to-face interaction where they can just spew details, and that person in the other chair, that clinician, can just keep asking questions, keep being curious, and said, you know, why? Or tell me what else is going on. So I think sometimes it is just about listening.
Do you think that process of just getting it out there, getting it out of your body, is like a purge? Like it is in itself getting that energy out because it's bottled.
Yeah, I think so. And it may be temporary.
Like it could come back.
Totally. However, I think it's a start to creating more of like a permanent solution. I think if you're ripping off the Band-Aid, hopefully you can now like sew the scar up. But if you're not doing anything about it, then it's just going to keep bleeding. So I think if you are able to like recognize internally that you are thinking this way, and you are willing to take the next step and have the courage to then describe that to a third party, I think you're allowing yourself to say that I do not want this, that I'm not okay with this, that I want a different train of thought, and I'm ready to take the proper steps to allow myself to feel better. So I do think, yeah, maybe like a temporary purge. However, the more consistent that you can tell yourself, like, no, I can't do that. I can't do that. I can't do that. I can't do that. If you keep telling yourself that, I think eventually you're going to get into a pattern where maybe that 20th time that you're about to do something, like, you know what am I doing? So if you like if you never stop and you're always telling yourself like, no, it's okay, you know, I'll work on it again in the future, then you're going to be okay with that habit, and you're going to keep utilizing that craving for something, for that dopamine effect, or for whatever, because it makes you feel comfortable to think of a negative thought. But if you truly want to take the steps to, I think, have a different train of thought, you have to at least first like buy that ticket, and create some type of pattern, some type of like habit internally. So I would say that's a temporary purge that should have like a more long lasting impact.
For sure. No, yeah. Thanks for breaking that down. For people who might just be tuning in, like, you know, you what would be the proper term? Practice? I've gone to school for...
I'm currently, I'm studying. I'm a studying therapist. Charlie Heldman. I'm an artist and founder of Windy City Waves music production collective, but I'm a studying therapist and a thinker, I would say.
Yeah, no, I feel like our conversations always border between thinking and philosophy,
right, and
the actual practical mental health, like things that might help you. Which is really just between me and you talking about stuff.
Yeah.
But I was just reading, or I just bought Meditations by Marcus Aurelius, which is the most bro like manosphere shit.
He's
but
still on the Roman Empire, dude. Dang.
I'm still here. No, I had an extra credit in my Audible. I was like, what would be like a good classic? And I got it. But one of the things was just that forget the exact quote, but basically like the contents of your mind make up your...
It's like character or something?
Yeah, like it colors your character. So the things that you think about and the things that persist in your mind become your identity, basically.
Absolutely.
Which, it's weird that you even have a choice in that. Like you these thoughts, pervasive thoughts in your head, it's like you can kind of just like push them away if you think about the idea of being able to do that. But I mean, it's not so easy.
It's not so easy. Yeah. I think if you are able to position your thought as like a movie screen, and like, if you're like, what am I don't like how I'm thinking right now. I think it's so negative. Like, try to position that thought as if like you're watching yourself think that way. Eventually, hopefully that movie is going to come to a close. Are you able to tell yourself like, this is how the story ends? Are you looking forward to the credit coming up so that thought is shutting down? Like, can you visualize that? And I think if you are able to, then you have the strength to define your character in a separate way that you may think right now.
Like, if you think of it as this is something that's playing out, it's not forever,
right?
And it will end, and then I'll have a new thought process.
Exactly. That also is very much easier said than done. Like, for example, myself, I may have a thought and I recognize that it's a bad thought and I have given it an ending credit, yet it's come back as a spinoff. Or it's coming back as a spin-off, or it's come back sequel? As like, you know, it's come back as like an animated version, or it's come back as like a new language. You know, like sometimes that.
I love that visualization of that.
I think it helps to visualize things, for me at least.
No, it does for me too. I think probably a lot of people.
Yeah,
but that it's like insidious in that way that it's like, wait a minute, is this the same thought I was having? But it's like in a different tone or a different key.
But hopefully that's like that can start to develop that pattern of thinking where you're like, okay, I have canceled this thought before. Here's how I can do this. I was able to take a walk, and then the credits came. So if you do start to like recognize like, oh, I'm in a bad scene. All right, let me like step out for a second, or let me take a deep breath. If you continue to like think about like mechanisms to have those closing credits and position yourself in more of like a happy ending, I think that pattern eventually will come up in your everyday life where that movie you don't even recognize anymore.
Or it's got a bad rating and you're like, why would I ever watch that?
Yeah, exactly.
That's a loser movie, dude. That's a loser mentality.
Right.
Yeah. I think a lot of people, or at least myself, but I would think other people get caught up in this devil's advocate thing where it's like, well, it might be worth thinking about because like, what if?
Sure.
And that's why for myself, a lot of persistent thoughts continue because
Okay.
I'm like, oh, maybe I haven't analyzed this fully.
Okay.
But sometimes it's just worth being like, fuck that noise, dude. That's not even like a good thing to come back to. But
Have you found like sometimes that analysis has helped you?
the saying fuck it
Uh,
or
prior,
the
like,
devil's
yeah,
advocate.
playing the devil's advocate.
I think so. I think sometimes it kind of torments me. I just keep
Mhm.
coming back to this thought, like, oh well, what if it was like, what if it was better? Or what if there's something I'm missing? I don't know. There's a lot of what ifs.
That's very natural.
Yeah, I think it's natural. I think, yeah, it's just when to end it.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of what we're talking about kind of comes back to meditating, like that movie screen thing. I've heard this analogy that like when you're meditating, you're kind of just letting all your thoughts blow past you.
Mm-hmm.
You're just letting them, if they come up, you just kind of let them go by.
Interesting. Yeah, something they teach you about in graduate school for therapy is obviously like intervention techniques. And one of the things they mention is called the miracle question, which is...
What is it? I need to know.
Yeah. Which is essentially saying, let's say you are coming to me with this anxious feeling, or you don't like your life right now. If I were to say in return, okay, I understand where you're coming from. I'm sure that is really difficult. Let me give you this scenario, and can you tell me like your feelings about it? Let's say you went to sleep tonight as normal. You did your routine. You got ready for bed. And then you wake up. Let's say it's 8 a.m. And all that anxiety, that situation that you were just describing to me yesterday is gone. What would you feel? Like, how would things be different? What would you do next? And like, if that miracle were to occur overnight, you didn't even know about it. Like, you had no part in allowing the miracle to happen. You were asleep, you were unconscious. And then you happened to like wake up, and what you were feeling was evaporated. Nobody thought about it. It was like non-existent. What would you feel in that present moment?
That's an interesting exercise.
Yeah.
Have you ever deployed that? Besides right now.
Like two others? Probably a version of that, I would say. I don't think I've like went through like a description of, all right, you're sleeping, but probably like, well, let's say he's not part of your life anymore. Like, how would you feel? And probably like a relationship setting.
It just seems like everything with therapy, I think, comes back to giving yourself space from the thing that's troubling you, and then I think that's always just so important.
Yeah, 100%. I appreciate you asking the questions. I know we like got into this topic by playing one of my songs like 25 minutes ago. I don't know like where we went, but no, thanks for
this was something I wanted to talk about though with you.
Thank you for your willingness, and hopefully like for people that are still listening, hopefully you got something out of it. I'm always open to questions about it. I'm also very much open to discussions like in real life. If you want to grab a beer and or just sit in the park or something, I really do appreciate deep conversations. I think people, especially males, need to have the ability to express their feelings in a comfortable environment, and I would love to provide that comfort for you. So
I mean, it's just super interesting to like go internal. There's an entire world inside of you that you don't even know about if you don't think about it.
Yeah.
And
it moves your
change,
thoughts are everything, I think.
Yeah.
If you were just like blank, then I can't confidently say like you may turn out and as successful as you would like to be. But if you have some type of, I think it's good to be anxious. If you have some type of like drive, if you have an emotional like capacity in some way and have an internal thought process, I think that allows you to be positioned for not only success, but just, happiness along the way.
Yeah. This is going to be potentially a hot take, not political question necessarily, but like, I am curious what you think about people who focus on a lot of things that are not in front of them. Like things that are out there in the world, injustices, whatever. Because I think about this, and my philosophy, and I feel like this could be not right either, maybe. Okay. But like, I feel like the best thing for me to do with my time is to be good to the people around me. Mm-hmm. And I'm not trying to be totally out of the know of what's happening in the outer reaches of the world that I'm never going to make it to. But like, I know a lot of people who get real focused on everything that's happening outside of their internal self. And I wonder if that's some kind of like masking for like some injustice that's happening inside of them. Obviously there are on paper objectively things that are happening that are fucked up, and I'm not trying to be defeatist, but like, what can I do about that? Maybe a little bit. I could do a little bit, right? And maybe that's where I need to like do a little bit more. But I just feel like, how effective is that for you being like the best version of yourself?
I don't think it is being the best version of yourself if you are attaching yourself to something externally purely because you want to. If you don't have a motivation to see that stance or that situation through, and you just want to like be a part of it because it's trending, I don't necessarily think that is displaying the best version of yourself. However, if you are impacted, if you have like a purpose that is like calling you to push yourself into realms where you want to have more of like a social justice impact, fully supportive of that, because there's strength in numbers, in my opinion. Like if I had this feeling because I'm maybe passionate about equality and giving everybody the same chance, hopefully there's millions of other people that have that same feeling, and we can come together as a communal response versus just like someone else saying like, no, that's cool, and support, but you just like say it. That's also like inaction, and I don't think that's being the best version of yourself.
Excuse me, this beer is getting me burpy. But yes, I agree. I just think I think good intentions get hijacked a lot, and that's just where
unfortunately
I am. I think it's easier for me to get, this is just me personally, to not be involved to the same extent because it is so divisive. Certain things. I'm sorry. Yeah. I'd rather not get wrapped up in the possibility that like, your heart, what you were saying about like your heart being another person's heart.
Yes.
That could lead you to someone to like manipulate you. If you're not, I don't know. I just feel like it just gets a little sticky, like, and tricky, and it's just, now I'm rhyming. No, I don't know. This isn't really like there has to be an answer. I just think that it's one of those things where I question like what the most effective use of my time is, and I just wonder if that would be more, if I did a little bit more on that it would be better. I don't know.
I think if you don't believe in something, then I think it's okay to not necessarily speak about it. But I think if you do believe something if you may have like a platform which allows you to speak on something, and or if you have like the time and space, I think there is at least one way in which you can show up. And maybe that is like rolling to like downtown to walk in a protest. You know, you don't have to, maybe you don't donate, maybe you're not holding a sign, but you are at least showing solidarity for something that you believe in. And at least that is something.
I'm with that. Yeah, no, yeah. I'm with you on that. Yeah.
So I think that's how I'd probably like answer the question. If you don't believe in what's going on and you are purely opposite, sometimes it is okay to, you know, let things like happen as they may. But if you want to see something through because there's a purpose to it, then there's something that you can do.
I feel that, man. This has been something that's been on my mind.
Okay.
Slightly. Well, it's just there's a lot of stuff going on in the world as we're speaking.
What's been impacting you?
Nothing like specifically, and this is where I'm trying to avoid getting political here.
Okay.
But like, I just think that there's a lot of shitty stuff going on out there, and I would love to help in a really meaningful way, but I'm not quite sure how to do that. And I also, going back to the mental health thing, that I think that this starts to become a detriment to people's mental health because they get too involved with things that are out of their control. And that is the crux though, because now I start sounding like I don't care or something. And that's where I started getting into this thing where it's like, oh, well, yeah, I don't know. It's a tricky question.
It's a tricky question.
That's it. Yeah, no, I don't think there really has to be an answer, but I just...
Yeah. No, I appreciate the template. And yeah, we don't have to go farther into it on a public podcast, but...
we can... Yeah. Yo, what's up, chat?
Unless the people are enjoying it.
What's the chat? I gotta get the chat. So, like, we got some views in here. Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, dude. Well, let's listen to another track.
Listen to another track? All right.
Yeah. Which one should we listen to?
Okay, so we played How to Die with a Smile. I can't really see.
We got Other Half.
Okay.
Cry.
Let's play Other Half. Sorry, my voice is cracked.
And we got one more at the top here.
Oh, I think that's Naked Night. Naked Night short. Let's play Other Half. I'm kind of feeling that one.
All right. Anything to say about this one before you get into it?
I made this one last year, but I was waiting for a female vocalist to hop on the second half, and I finally had the chance to work with an artist, Amani Brown Bay, and I found her at a open mic called Midwest Connect, which is a event that, at least, I don't know if it happens all the time, but it was at Miyagi Records down south, and they had an open mic in their basement, and I sang this Cry song, and then she sang one of her songs. I was like, man, your voice is dope. So eventually connected to her, sent her my demo of Other Half, and she added some awesome lyrics to it, and I think it allowed it to sound complete. So I'm excited to release this song hopefully in the next couple of months. It's another R&B type thing, but it's produced by myself, and I'm excited for you to hear it.
Let's get it, dude.
Hopped out of the ATL. When I got to Shy, I said, what the hell? Candle wax is dripping slow. Our love was melting like the snow. If only I knew, like how the seasons change, that my greatest pain would end up being losing you.
put your hands up high, put your hands up.
Is this you right here?
Pitch down, yeah.
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 Still love, put your hands up high, put your hands up high, put your hands up.
Baby, am I still on your mind? I know it's been a while, but I just need more time. Focused on myself, getting into good health. Rid of the distractions so I could build some wealth. I know you miss me, you wanna kiss me, reminiscing on when you held me. And I miss you too. I know you love me, and I love you too. My other half, and you're still my boo.
'Cause I love the way you smile. I love the way you laugh. And although it's been a while, you're still my other half.
And it kind of just goes into the beat here. If you want to freestyle.
Oh. Nah,
Let's hear it. Come on now.
I literally I can't freestyle. I'm so bad. My friends used to freestyle and be like, I provide the beat. That's
Okay.
where my strong suit's always been.
I feel that.
But if
Are you looking at me?
I was looking at you. Yeah.
Hopped up in the ATL. I've been thinking about you. Yeah, that's how that one goes.
Yeah. Let's get it.
Thank you.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I'm excited for that song.
When did you start singing? Because we talked about you started playing drums,
Yes.
but how did you get into singing and how did you get into R&B specifically?
R&B was certainly a surprise. However, I've always been a fan of Akon.
Fuck yeah.
I don't know if that is
No,
considered R&B.
Akon's fire. Some of the best hooks.
Is that R&B? I don't
I mean, but
no.
you know,
Toys. It's on the line.
his part, like, because he was the hook guy
Yeah.
a lot of times. Also, I've been listening to Lloyd.
Oh yeah. Double L.
Dude, love Lloyd.
I've been listening to I forget what the song is. Lloyd and Lil Wayne. I'm blanking on
Yeah.
the song is called, but yeah,
No,
that
my
one
girlfriend's been
spanks.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, Nate Dogg was also like another good
Okay.
hook guy, but that's not really. I'm sorry, we're getting out of R&B
No, that's
territory slightly, but
Yeah, when I got interested in R&B, I don't know if I have a good answer outside of just enjoying that glide, and I think it works with my voice. I think I started to sing when I discovered that I want to, and I think that's probably in the sense that I was not confident growing up. I was very incredibly shy, and I would always find comfort in being tucked behind the tom drums so nobody could see me. But I felt as if I always was somebody different. I knew I had that capability within me, and I wanted to have a voice, pun intended. So I think I started to feel a bit more like comfortable singing in public at the beginning of college, where I did a talent show where I sang my favorite song of all time, Let Me Love You by Mario, and still to this day my favorite song. And I was like, you know what, I don't know if I'm the greatest singer in the world. I think there's a lot of people better than me, but I have a lot of fun doing it, and I think it also allows me to just showcase my personality and my confidence a bit more. And so I just honestly enjoy singing. I've not done any training really, and I think over time I've played some of these R&B tracks. As of late, I've been certainly like a huge Brent Faiyaz fan, and I just enjoy singing along to it. I love just the buttery movement of R&B vocals. I'm also a massive fan of Justin Bieber, and I love how he emulates his vocal talent. I think it's incredible. So I've always wanted to try to copy that. So that's probably what got me more into singing.
For sure. Yeah, I was gonna ask you who, but you already gave me. Yeah.
Yeah, Bieber is dope. I don't think he's my favorite artist of all time. I think I go back and forth. Certainly favorite song is Mario. Let Me Love You. That is undeniable.
It's interesting that you have a favorite song because there's so many.
Yeah, well, this one it never gets old. I think I've heard it like a million times, and it's like to me it's like the perfect song that's ever made. Like the lyrics, the flow, the beat, they just like match like 100%. So I love that song. And yeah, artist wise, I've honestly been listening a lot to Fred again lately. He's the past like 2 or 3 years, he's been my number one artist. I do low-key listen to a lot of dance music. So yeah, I think R&B I guess I listen to a lot of pop singers. Sam Tompkins, I think, has an incredible voice. He's kind of like a Bieber-ish guy.
I'm not familiar, but you'll have to put me on.
He's a British guy. He's known for like...
Yeah, sorry, go.
No, I'm sorry. He's known for that song that I guess he was like kind of featured and half featured. Talking to the Moon. Talking to... No.
We'll listen to it. Not right now, but afterwards.
It was like Pop Smoke covered or something. But that's got like a ton of plays. But yeah, he's got a great voice. Yeah, there's some other singers that are just... I was listening... Sorry, not to go on, keep talking about this, but I was a little fuzzy in the head one night, and I was listening to The Weeknd, and I'm like, wow, that is a generational vocal cord, dude. Unbelievable. So I think I do have some like inspiration from Timbaland. Or not from The Weeknd, sorry.
I was gonna say Timbaland's on there too, for sure.
Yeah.
For me, yeah, dude. There's so many good. I can like sense a little bit of like Justin Timberlake as well.
That's why I have in my artist profile, I'm Justin Timberlake.
Justin,
yeah. Back to my Jewish roots.
Right.
Yeah,
that's so funny. So we got 3,000 questions in this book.
Okay.
Choose a number between 1 and 3,000.
I was gonna say my birth year, but is that already been like done by people? / a question.
You can do whatever you want. I don't know. Sometimes people tell me a very specific number, and I'm like, "Why'd you choose that?" And they're just like, first number that came to mind.
Okay.
All right. Well, but they could be lying to me.
Let's go 1995.
Okay. What do people pick on you about?
Whoa. This is personal.
That's what I'm saying. Sometimes they go deep, and just share as much as you want.
What do people pick on me about? I have been easy to pick on because I am not good at defending myself. It's just like I think a trait of being like naturally a more reserved individual, like deep down. I would say I think I've gotten some comments about like nose size.
That's a thing.
Certainly. Honestly, like all the time is maybe a stretch, but there's been a number of times where, you know, people have come up and have personally asked, like, are you Jewish? And I am guaranteeing you it's because of my nose.
Are they normally Jewish?
No. I don't think so. Or it's half and half. But yeah, I've gotten that, and I've been self-conscious about it, certainly. Yeah, I've been picked on about that. I don't know if it's also like picked on per se, but like I'm really like spewing on my personal stuff here on the pod, bro. Everybody hit the pause mute button. But yeah, I've been picked on for having like putting myself in embarrassing situations because of a sensitive stomach.
I've been taking Lactaid lately. I don't know if that's what we're talking about
It
here.
is.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I am. I can be severely lactose with certain foods and in certain situations.
Does it sneak up on you? Because sometimes
Yeah, it
I'll eat
does.
some cheese and I'm like, I'm good.
Right.
And then I'll have like a milkshake. I'm like, I'm not good. I'm bad.
I haven't had a milkshake in like 20 years. But
They're so good though.
They're so
It's
good.
like, it's tough. Yeah.
yeah, no, I don't take lactate. I should, but yeah, I have unfortunately been in embarrassing situations because of sensitivity issues.
Yeah, like you're with like a new girl and you're like, I'm gonna explode.
It sounds like you know my life.
Yeah, I've been in that situation. It's like a thing. Like you can't fart on a first date.
Yeah, but what
Or
actually
even-
happened to me was a bit more than that.
Okay, fair enough. I mean, what? Yeah, I mean, you can't do that either. You can't be like,
No, you can't.
I gotta go drop one.
You got to suction. Yeah.
Yeah, you just gotta be like, everything, keep it inside, and it just like hurts.
Yeah, your pitch has to at least go up a semitone on your first date because you're just like squeezing so hard,
Dude,
you know? And then you can eventually go back to your major key.
I don't even know when it becomes acceptable. I've been dating my girlfriend for so long that it doesn't even matter.
Sure.
She like wants to know if I'm okay,
I think like
you know?
honestly, I mean, if I was in your shoes, I'd probably just like let it rip after 2 months.
2 months?
Yeah.
That's where you think it's like
I think
fair?
I think
You
that's
let
official.
one squeak out and they're like, you kind of look at them like, are we cool still?
Yeah. Yeah, 2 months. Definitely. I think that's my minimum.
I think guys also get a lot more grace with that. Like girls, they're like, I don't even.
What
I don't
is a
even-
fart?
I don't even use the toilet.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's funny. Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I've been picked on. I'm not going to ask you to return the favor.
Fair.
but
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna try to think.
Keep it
'cause
light though.
We'll keep it light.
Is it?
First of all, I appreciate you sharing.
Yeah.
Thank you. I know that sometimes the questions are really dumb, and then other times they're like super deep.
Dang,
and
yeah,
you're
that was
like,
a tough one. I
yeah.
feel like that's not a page you want to turn to
Yeah, your birth year
for
was tough.
for this type of environment.
Well, it can open people up. We're way past icebreakers, but we
Yeah.
keep them going.
Yeah, we keep going.
For me, someone picked on me about my face. Someone told me I looked like a mosquito. I was like, damn,
Oh,
that's tough. But also, I mean, I don't know. It's the nose.
I'm
Damn.
sorry. I'm not meant to be like. I was not expecting to hear that.
You gotta go, dude. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah. It's fine. I think it's funny. I was telling someone about that the other day. I was like, yeah, dude, this kid called me mosquito. I was
Who
like,
would say that to people?
I don't know. It's like the worst animal to be called. Like any other animal, dude, I'd be like, fine. But a mosquito, it's just like, ugh, the worst.
Yeah, that's worse. That's also. I was talking to someone the other day about. She was telling me that a guy went up to her in Miami and said like, "You're like a 4 out of 10 in Miami, but like a 9 out of 10 in Boston." And she was telling me about
Tough.
that, and I'm like, first of all, who would say that to someone? But also, just ratings in general,
Mm.
and you know that that's not going to be taken well when you said you look like a mosquito. So why are you even saying that? You know, like
Yeah, this was
what
in,
are you
like,
getting
high
out of that?
school.
What are
Yeah.
you getting out of that as the doer?
I'm trying to think what I've been picked on for though. I don't know, really. Maybe like overreacting and then someone teasing me for the overreaction. I
Okay.
don't- something like that.
Well,
I can't think of like a specific thing. Luckily, I have not really been bullied that much.
that's good.
Somehow I like flew under the radar and was just like cool with a lot of different people in school. So no one really fucked with me too much. you
Yeah.
know? Maybe that was part of the tactic. Also, I don't know.
It's true. Just like slide your way to the back.
Well, because like I played sports, so I was friends with some of the jocks, but then I chilled with I was actual friends with the skaters, and then like I was chill with like kind of nerdier people through like video games and stuff
Okay.
too. So it's like I kind of had the groups locked down.
That's good.
We had like B-list jocks who weren't on the A team. They were cool still, but just like didn't try as hard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, look at you now, man.
Now we're here.
Nobody deserves to be picked on.
Yeah, I agree. I am very thankful to have not had to deal with like major bullying.
Yeah. However, bullying molds your character.
That's true. Some of those people that get bullied are like some of the most successful people now.
Yeah, 100%. I'm not a proponent of bullying. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But I think sometimes you need to be in tough situations, in uncomfortable situations, to really like let your flag fly, you know, to like show your colors a bit more. If everything comes so easy, if it's so comfortable, then
you
I think
need
you're
a
gonna be
little
hit in the face
strife.
at some point.
Yeah, that's true. I agree with that.
100%.
Dude, well, we've been going for a minute.
We've been going, I know.
Which is cool. I'm enjoying this. But I think maybe we kind of bring it to an end. Should we listen to another track?
Let's do another track.
Okay, I have a wrap-up question. Let's do one more track and then we'll wrap it.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Let's do Cry, Cry, Cry. That's with another guest. Well, he helped finalize it and polish it. But you had Maj on here, I think, a couple months ago.
Oh, yes. I'm so excited.
So he'll help polish this one. I sent him my demo of this beat, and then I went over to his to fine-tune it, record it, and it's another R&B take. So don't go crying on me now.
Let's get it.
It's been a long time since I had you in my bed sheets. Baby, where are you? I'm hugging my pillow at night, in between my legs, just to have the thought of you when your lips would say that I want you. Baby, let me make you ball. My heart is your tissue. Boy, let me hear it all. So baby, yeah, I need you back to me. I'd rather cry, cry, cry if you're not next to me. Oh girl, I'm losing my mind every time I'm falling asleep. I had it upside down, you had me figured out. Now I need you back to me. Stuck in my feelings, my body's loose, I have no feelings. Losing what I choose, losing what I want. I feel unfortunately out of all luck. So every night I do think about everything with you. As crazy as it sounds, it took until now to realize everything about you is true. So I want you, oh yeah. Baby, let me make you ball. My heart is your tissue. Girl, let me give it all. So baby, yeah, I need you back to me.
Nice, dude.
The falsetto's on there, man.
I like the production too, those pauses.
Oh girl, I'm losing my mind every time I'm falling asleep. I had it upside down, you had me figured out. Now I need you back to me.
Thank you so much. That's Cry, Cry, Cry.
So when are we gonna be able to hear these songs, dude? For real, for real.
Well, thank you for asking. Yeah, the first one we played is coming out June 27th, and then the other half song will probably come out mid-July, then cry early August and or late August. However, I'm trying to drop my debut album, and maybe you guys can help me decide on the name. A Mosaic of My Mind or My Mind's Mosaic. But that I'm aiming to launch that end of August.
Mindzaic. No.
Mindzaic.
Don't use Mindzaic. It's bad.
That sounds like a religious retreat.
Yeah, like put on like it's like a DMT ayahuasca ceremony.
Yeah, exactly.
Mindzaic.
Or like
gotta go to Peru for that
yeah.
one.
All you gotta do is take 2 capsules of Mindzaic and you're
It's the new drug. Okay. Sick. I'm looking forward to that.
Thank you.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I would like to just keep talking your head off, man, or talking your ear off, whatever. Just keep talking to you, and we'll continue this conversation off podcast. But
Yeah.
I think for the people who are even here still, like, thank you guys for listening. Let's
100%.
do the wrap up question, which is we talked about your first concert, which was
That's right.
I wasn't expecting it.
It wasn't even the right answer, but
no, but it was a great answer.
Yeah.
But what was a game-changing concert that you went to where you left and felt like, wow, I didn't even know that was possible.
Yeah.
Like it was just really impactful, super memorable.
I went to school at Ohio State. I know that could be getting some hate from some listeners, but yeah, I went to OSU in our freshman year before school started. They had a welcome concert where they brought in One Republic, and I'm not gonna lie, I didn't really listen to One Republic like that much, but I was blown away, like for real. It was so good. I don't know like what happened, but it was incredible. Like to this day, that's like one of the best concerts I've ever been to. The guy's voice, Ryan something, was off the wall. Like the sound was insane. It was so positive. It was like euphoric. Man, yeah, that really was like, wow, how crazy would it be to be on stage and just be able to like sing a song that touches so many people's souls. And they were doing that. It was awesome. It was awesome. One Republic, and then a close second is I remember listening to Gareth Emery, Sansa, and SF, and then I went to see Above and Beyond with my sister when I lived in San Francisco, out Bill Graham Auditorium, and that was incredible as well. Their music again was like just very euphoric. It was like out of body. I'm pretty sure I was like relatively sober, but the music itself was just so ethereal. It was fantastic. So those 3.
Yeah, I've never seen Above and Beyond somehow, and I'm in the electronic music deep, but I mean I've heard their shows are very euphoric.
Yeah,
and it's like trance, right? Like you kind of just keep sinking deeper into it.
Yeah, I would say
maybe it's not trance, but
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Thank you. What about
in
yourself?
SF?
In SF,
for me, I've definitely said there's a couple, but I saw Deadmauss at Lollapalooza one year. It was like the junior year going into senior year. Like I had this girl that I was with, but there was another girl. That wasn't that important, but like the main thing that made that show so powerful was it just started raining, and he just played those like huge Deadmauce chords.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And it's raining and the lights are shining, and like we didn't know if it was going to get shut down, and then we just he just kept playing, and like there was the big like dance kick drum, and we were just dancing in the rain, and we had all the people around us. It was crazy.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that was sick. And then another really good one was I was supposed to go to this concert with my girlfriend, but we broke up.
Okay.
And it was Nero at the Congress Theater. And Nero, if you don't know, is like
He's got like a headset or something, right?
It's like dubstep, but they also come from, I think they used to do like film scoring, so it's very cinematic, but then it has like this real growl to it.
Mm.
But the way that their stage was set up, they had all these like TVs, and it was just like such a sick show. And I just remember being like, I'm glad that I got to experience that with like one of my best friends. It ended up working
At the time.
out. Yeah.
Dang. That's awesome, dude.
Yeah, those were some
Freaking-
keepers.
Yeah, man. I've never been to Lollapalooza, so maybe I need
It's
to experience
cool.
something in the rain.
It's cool. It's just like we might be too old now. This was back when I was in high school, and it was like entering Lollapalooza was like entering freedom, pure freedom.
Sure. Yeah.
So,
Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, we have to unpack that other situation that you referred to at some point.
yeah, we'll unpack it off cam.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, any quick shout outs that anyone you wanted to just like say your, thanks to, give them your flowers?
I certainly would not be here unless it was my parents. Unless it was for my parents. I mean, obviously, but like in an emotional sense, I very much appreciate both of you guys and my family. Those that I've met here in Chicago, appreciate your support with Windy City Waves and the music that you've been able to make. Shout out to every one of you guys that have been grinding and releasing stuff, and that have also like helped me push my own talent out there. And I'm super excited to continue my journey back in Georgia. And I guarantee you'll have future shout outs, including yourself. So thank you for allowing me to have the space here to talk about, my background, get into a bit more of a deeper subject. So thanks for allowing me, to have a platform where we can just build up underground artists and be able to talk about like random events. So kudos to Jerry.
Yeah, random stuff.
Random stuff.
Thanks, dude.
Artist name is Charlie Heldman. You can find me on socials at CB Beats Official. And I look forward to connecting with you all, either musically or non-musically. So thank you for listening and for tuning in. Much appreciated.
Yes. All right, guys. Well, if you made it this far, we appreciate you, and we'll catch you next time. Peace.
See ya.
Yo, what's up, guys? This is your host, Jerry. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed the episode, don't forget to like and subscribe. If there's someone you'd like to see on the show, leave a comment below. And if you're listening on a podcast platform, we'd appreciate it if you leave a review and hit that 5-star rating. Thank you for your support, and we'll catch you on the next one.